Hi, good evening, friends. Radhakrishnan here from ISL Securities. I am tracking cement sector and building material sector in ISL Securities for the past 14 years. So I have seen 2, 3 cycles, and I can say that given the current scenario, we can safely say that because of the flattish kind of utilization we are having for the sector, and we are close to bottom. Now we can, to some extent, say that the sector is slowly becoming a trading sector rather than a long-term investment sector. Generally, what we have seen is cement is a cyclical sector, and whenever there is upcycle, continuously margins tend to go up, and whenever the down cycle is there, the utilization will be going down, and what will be happening is you will be seeing the margins going down, and that will result in the profitability going down, and the stocks also get to underperform the overall market. So, but what we are seeing nowadays is we are largely having a flattish kind of a scenario. Because of this flattish kind of scenario, we will be having to some extent a flattish kind of profitability also. So it's like when we are having utilization close to 85% or more than 90%, we can say that some amount of shortage in the product will be happening. Because of shortage in this product, we will be generally having pricing power coming to the industry because of the shortage in the commodity. But whenever there is no shortage in the commodity, then it is generally difficult for the pricing power to come to the industry, led by demand supply scenario. So in that scenario, what happens is producers try to maintain some kind of discipline, and whenever this discipline is there, you will be seeing good profitability, and whenever discipline is not maintained, the profitability will be slightly getting impacted. This is the scenario you will be generally seeing in lower utilization level. In lower utilization level, more than the demand, primarily the supply will be determining the profitability of the industry for a given period of time. If supply is increasing very sharply in a given year, you will be finding profitability getting impacted. If supply is not increasing very highly in a year, you will be seeing that the profitability is not getting impacted much. So currently, if you see last 3, 4 years, we are having low utilization, and because of this COVID lockdowns and all those kind of things, again the cement industry is forced to work on low utilization. This year also it is looking like we'll be having less than 70% utilization. Next year also we will be having mostly less than 70% utilization, primarily because of this low demand scenario what we are having. But whenever there is low utilization, it doesn't mean that it is low profitability. So if you see last year, the utilization for the industry went down, but the profitability for the industry went up very sharply, primarily because producers realized that there is no point in fighting for the volumes. And whenever they find that there is no point in fighting for the volumes, they try to at least save their margins. So last year at country level, most of the regions saw very good price increase, and because of that price increase, almost all the regions the profitability went up. So this year, initially we felt that there will be a lot of supplies coming in and profitability may get impacted. But what has happened is because of this COVID lockdowns, the capacities are going to be delayed. Because of this capacity getting delayed, the supply pressure won't be much. And the first quarter demand growth, you all know, will be mostly negative only. We may be having even 30 to 40% negative for the first quarter. This may result in full year a decline of maybe 5% or 10%. We have to wait and see when the year is getting completed. But because first quarter we are going to have close to 30 to 40% decline at least. So prices cannot go down because the loss of volumes have to be to some extent compensated by prices, because all the producers are having fixed cost commitments, be it salary or be it insurance or any of those kind of fixed costs. You have to adhere to it. Because of this, what will happen is you will be you cannot cut salary also. That will not give a positive feedback to the staff, and they may not be having good interest in promoting sales, all those kind of things. So because of this, there won't be any cut in salary. That's what largely we are looking like we will be having for the industry. So to compensate these things, prices have to go up. So that's what has happened in the last 2 months. Generally, you see how cement stocks perform over a period of time. This price movement drives the stock price. So if there is going to be increase in cement prices, generally that filters through channel checks, that comes in media also. You will be seeing that results in cement prices going up. So cement stocks going up. So if the prices are going down, cement stocks tend to go down. So this is what the opportunity for trading is in the cement sector. So generally, you will be able to see that cement prices tend to go down during monsoon. The reason is cement is a perishable commodity, and if there is lot of moisture in the air, cement will get wasted very quickly. So because of this reason, why cement producers generally tend to offer discount to offload the volumes during monsoon. So this scenario will be reversed once the monsoon is over. When the monsoon is not there, there is no compulsion for you to undercut the prices and you have to sell the volumes. So this results in cement prices going up. Because of the cement price going up, what will happen is the stocks also tend to go up. So generally, you can see that whenever you are having a flattish kind of a utilization for an industry, there will be seasonality in cement prices. That is, whenever there is monsoon, it goes on. Whenever there is no monsoon, it goes up. And whenever the supplies are low, discipline strengthens, and whenever the supplies are high, the discipline weakens. So, if you are seeing from trading point of view, we can safely say that next 2 to 3 months there is likely to be some kind of erosion in prices, and that may result in some kind of underperformance for cement stocks. And somebody who wants to go long on cement stocks, it is better to go long on cement stock post the monsoon. So this is what largely I would like to tell you. And this year, because the capacities are not going to be very high and the demand also is not looking very high, mostly the discipline will be holding entire year. So barring the seasonal fluctuations in the cement prices, looks like discipline will be holding for the entire year. So coming to some of the few questions I had today. So if you are seeing a common question, what I am able to say is whether to buy stocks now. So I would say that it may not be that great an idea to buy cement stocks at this point of time, unless you are a really long-term investor. So if you are having a 3-year or a 5-year view, you can very well look at buying cement stocks at this point of time. But if you are having a short-term perspective of 3 months or 6 months, this may not be a right time to look at buying cement stocks. One investor, Mr. Rajiv Kapoor, has asked whether the cement price is influenced by government policies. With the current poor state of economy, is there a future for cement stock? So we can safely say that the future for cement stock is always there because India primarily is having lower infrastructure development. So we can safely say that cement demand will be there at least for next 10 to 15 years, if not more than that. So infrastructure development has to clearly improve in India. So because of that, there will be requirement of cement, and maybe over a period of time, the consolidation will increase. When the consolidation is increasing, we will be able to see some more betterment in the pricing. But clearly, there is future for cement stocks. And whether the commodity is influenced by government policies. So to some extent, it is influenced by the government policies because tax is a major component in cement. And we can say that by various taxes in inputs, close to 30 to 40% of cement, we can say, is tax itself. So if there is reduction in those taxes, maybe the cement prices can go down. And you all know that cement is taxed at 28% GST, which is somewhat equal to the sin goods type. So this is clearly very high. So that is also one of the reason why cement prices are high. Coming to another question by Mr. Ashok Gupta, how to identify turnaround stories in cement stocks. So cement stock, generally what you can say is if you are looking at the one company specifically, if you want to look at how a company can turn around. So what you can look at is generally you have to see whether one company is having a higher cost compared to another company. And whether they are trying to change their cost structure, whether they will be able to fund that because of recent improvement in profitability in the industry, and whether they will be able to reduce their debt level, and whether some of their capacities are coming when pricing looks better, and there will not be enough competition for that. So these are the primary three factors we look at seeing whether one cement stock can have a turnaround. Another question is by Mr. Mayank Bhatia. I'm a long-term investor. Tell me best cement stock for 5 year. So generally, cement stocks betting for more than 3 years is slightly difficult, primarily because the gestation period for cement plants is 3 years. So what will happen in fourth year and fifth year for a cement stock? How the demand supply scenario will be there for fourth year and fifth year? It is generally difficult to predict. So this is possible maybe when we are having a boom in economy. So if you take the case of FY3 to FY8, continuously for 5 years, the cement demand growth was growing. So we all know that in the first and second year itself, clearly some kind of improvement in the economy has happened, and this is going to sustain. So if we are having something like that, like we are clearly looking at some improvement in the economy for the next few years, that also we will be able to come only after the first or second year. We cannot say that for the from the first year itself we will be able to predict that. So that way I can safely say that it is a bit difficult to project a 5 year demand supply scenario. It is generally easy to project a 3 year scenario. And Mr. Manish Bairagi has asked whether anti-dumping on China and rural advantage on companies. So dumping is generally very low in cement in India. So we can safely say that there is hardly any cement getting imported in India. And rural advantages, generally we can say that the companies which are having more share from eastern region or central region have rural advantage. So we can safely say that most of the bigger companies are having some kind of market share from eastern and central region. So we can safely say that all the three major companies, ACC, Ambuja and Ultratech, will be able to get the rural advantage. Ms. Lakshmi Lalwani has asked, is cement sector in cement sector which is good for SIP, which will give good return in long term? So if we have to go for a long term and consider like an SIP, I will suggest you to look at Ultratech. So the company is continuously becoming bigger and bigger. And it's not, I will safely say that at least for next 5 years, there is not going to be any challenge for Ultratech from pan-India perspective. I am not seeing any company crossing Ultratech for 5 years or maybe even 10 years, we can say. So till that time, we can safely say that Ultratech will be able to hold the leadership position, and to have a SIP on leader is always a good idea. On Mr. Kalyanasundaram Sridharan has asked, in the present situation, Mr. Damani's interest to take over India Cement or to have a controlling stake, whether we can invest in India Cement. So if Mr. Damani is successful in getting controlling stake, then clearly I will say that this stock can re-rate. So he increasing his stake itself has resulted in some kind of re-rating in the stock. We can say in the last 2 to 3 months that has happened. So if this is continuing, maybe we can say the re-rating to continue. I believe that anybody who is increasing their stake more than 25%, that's what I vaguely remember to have read last. So they have to come out with an open offer. So if such an open offer is there, I think then it can be only profitable. But we have to see whether it is going to materialize in short term or we have to wait for long term. Time frame cannot be given for this. So a person who is not having any time frame can look at this opportunity. One is Amita Mondal has asked, please tell about Ramco Cement buy or sell. Today, Ramco's price, we can say it is closer to fair value. So next year is what Ramco is likely to have very good volume growth. So generally, we have seen in the past that cement stocks tend to do well whenever they are able to show very good volume growth. So next year is what really a very good rally for Ramco can be expected. This year, we cannot say that there is any specific trigger attached to Ramco. So we cannot say that it's a huge sell candidate also. It may be underperforming during monsoon, but post monsoon again it will be able to recoup whatever loss it is incurring during monsoon. So we cannot say that it is a buy or sell at this current pace. As a trading, we can say that next 2 months it will be underperforming. After that, it will be outperforming. One Mr. Mohit has asked, focus on JK Cement and Heidelberg Cement. So I can safely say that any mid caps this year, it may not be a great opportunity because what we have seen in the past is whenever there is no year-on-year growth in profit, cement stocks don't generally give the alpha. So unfortunately, we are having COVID-related lockdowns. So for the current quarter, clearly we all know that no company will be able to show year-on-year growth in cement. September quarter, we have to wait and see whether they will be able to show. So if the economy is recovering, if there are no lockdowns, then maybe they will be able to show year-on-year growth in profit for September quarter. But for we can safely say that for June quarter, year-on-year growth in profit is not looking there for any cement company. I won't say it is specifically for JK Cement, Heidelberg. For any cement company, it is not looking like happening. So in that scenario, we can safely say that we can, for a time being, mid caps, we can safely say that this year may not be a great bet. If you are thinking of buying cement stocks at lower level with the aim of exiting in FY22 or FY23, maybe during the monsoon it will be a good accumulation period. We can say that. Which is the best, Ramco or Ultratech? This question is asked by Devshi Babaria. So it's too difficult to say which is the best. So if you see, Ultratech is a pan-India player. It is also an efficient player. Ramco is a South India player. Again, it is also an efficient player. So it's like we can generally see pan India prosperity need not be South India, and the reverse also is true. Sometimes what happens is northern region may be doing very well, eastern region may be doing very well, southern region may not be doing that well. So we have to see each and every time on a regional perspective. So if you see for next 1 year, in fact, we cannot say specifically that which region will be doing very well. So it will be very difficult to say that whether Ramco is good or Ultra Cement is good, because first of all, we don't know which region is going to do good for the next 1 year. Mr. Natarajan has asked views on infrastructure growth going ahead. If positive, cement stocks will do well. If not, what would be the status of the industry? Infrastructure clearly will be doing well going forward. There's no doubt about that. But that will be resulting in the overall demand picking up or the demand not doing well. So the expectation, I will say generally and including from my side also, is that infrastructure growth should pick up going forward. Particularly because last 1 year it was not that great, and last 2 to 3 months we are having even more difficulty. So clearly infrastructure should do well, but it need not be that the cement stocks will be able to entirely gain out of that. Primarily because if you see infrastructure is 30% of the overall demand, whereas 60% is coming from housing. So the share of infrastructure is continuously increasing, but we cannot say that the share of housing has gone down very low. So the thing is, primarily for the cement stocks to do well, we have to say that apart from demand, the supply also should be low. So that is what primarily is required. So it's not that the supply is that low for next 1 to 2 years, because there are some amount of supply, but the demand growth is not that great. That's because of the overall economy, the COVID shutdowns, all those kind of things. So generally, we can say that if the supply is not coming and if the demand is going well, that's because of infrastructure. Ideally, it should be a very good thing for the industry. Um, Another question is by Mr. Virendra Singh. When revival is expected in cement sector? It can happen even next quarter. So it all depends on how quickly the economy is reviving and how quickly government is putting back money on the infrastructure side, and how quickly the employment opportunities are increasing, and that resulting into improvement in the housing sector. So it's like we can say that it is possible any point of time. But from a safe assumption, we can safely say that maybe FY22, maybe FY22 second half or first half, we can say that revival can be expected. I am telling revival in the sense that utilization starting to go up. The good thing is we can say for next 2 to 3 years the capacity addition will be low because this year the demand is bad. Last year also demand was not that great. So these are the questions largely. Another question, if I'm not missing, by Mr. Padmanabhan Iyer. Which cement scripts to buy for long-term fetch good return, 6 to 12 months? Quote names of the companies. So we can say that if you are looking from 6 to 12 months point of view, I can say that you can look at ACC. That will be a very good stock to look at because that's a cash positive company. It's having a net cash. It is having growth possibility because 2 years down the line capacity is coming, and it is one of the value stock from valuation point of view. It is trading at just $65, so it will be very easy pick, you can say. And these are the large questions. So any other questions from Q&A? So is JK Lakshmi a good buy currently? 6 months, 6 months to a year review. So it is a very reasonably priced stock, we can say. But the thing is, generally, mid caps like JK Lakshmi need earnings support. So earning support is not going to be there for 6 months. So if you are looking at JK Lakshmi from a 1 to 2 year perspective, we can safely say that you will be able to get good returns on the stock. So another question is on which are the best three cement company in operating efficiencies. So the three best cement companies in operating efficiency, we can say it is Shree Cement, then we can say it is Ramco Cement and Ultratech. So these three companies are very good at efficiency levels. So cement industry sitting on cash flows, deferring their expansion plans. What's your take on this? So they are all sitting on cash flow and they are not expanding is primarily because enough demand is not there. So because demand is not there, the utilization for the industry is just a 70%, and even companies who are having huge cash piled in their balance sheet, they are all having very low utilization level. Because of this low utilization level, companies are not going for expansions. So another question is, by lockdown period, most of companies result very bad. Buying in July is better or now? So I can safely say that maybe buying in July or maybe even August. So we have seen in the past that August is one of a very good month from investing point of view, because cement prices tend to go down in June, July as well as August. So each and every time when the cement prices are going down, we will be seeing the stock price also going down. So we can safely say that it is better to enter during August. Please discuss on percent of growth. So this year, if you see, the first quarter is looking like we are having maybe 35 to 40% kind of decline. Full year also, it's looking like we'll be having a decline. So this is on the demand side. So demand side, maybe we'll fall anywhere between 5 to 10% kind of decline in demand, because we can expect some kind of improvement in the volumes in second half. So first half is largely a washout. Second half, we can say some kind of improvement is possible. So because of this, we can safely say that this year could be a 5 to 10% kind of decline. But this is on the demand front. Prices are likely to have a year-on-year growth. We have started with a year-on-year growth for the month of May. Last year also, cement prices continuously declined on a sequential basis from May to December. So even if it is declining from May to December, we can say that we will be having year-on-year growth on prices. So if you are seeing in some quarter even flat kind of volumes, then you will be able to see year-on-year growth in profit. Because June quarter, we are not going to have year-on-year growth in volume. In fact, we are going to have maybe 30 to 40% kind of decline in volume. Because of that, we are going to have year-on-year decline in profit. But if the volumes become flat in third quarter or fourth quarter, we may have improvement in profit on year-on-year basis. Another question is view on Orient Cement. Is it a good company to invest in? Orient Cement is having slightly higher debt, and because the profitability of the company is unable to sustain because of market share fight, which is undergoing in southern region on a regular basis. Because of this, it is taking more time for Orient Cement to pay back the debt. So it's like generally we have seen downturn for a industry for around 2 to 3 years, whereas in the southern region the downturn is running more than 2 to 3 years. So because of this, it is taking more time for it to repay the debt. In another 2 years, I believe things should become better. So Orient Cement has doubled in a month. Need your review. So the stock has got beaten very badly. So some time back, if you remember, the stock was upwards of 100 rupees. Even I think 6 months back, it was close to 80 rupees. So from there, the stock got beaten up too much. So such a bounce back was you can expect whenever market is bouncing back, such bouncing back happening for a company. So that's what has resulted. But I will say that it can maybe go back to again 70 rupees, 75 rupees kind of a number. Then beyond that, we have to see. Beyond that, again, the industry prospects will be driving the stock price. And views on Birla Corp and Grasim. So Birla Corp, we have to say that we don't have much grasp on. We can comment on Grasim. Grasim, at this point of time, we can say that it is a value stock. Um, and the performance of Grasim is more linked to whether it is the value influencer of the stock or not, at least from sentiment point of view. Whatever is happening in Idea is what is influencing Grasim. So looks like Idea is slowly coming out of the problems. So maybe that can result in the stock doing well going forward. But there are some troubles in their standalone business because of the cyclicality. So, and partly the global slowdown because of COVID also is disturbing the cyclicality. So we may have to wait for something from standalone point of view, but at least the overhang from Idea is looking like slowly diminishing. So these are largely the questions I'm able to see. I'm just seeing whether any other questions are there. Another question what I'm able to see is, can we buy Shree Cements at current levels? So at current levels, I will say it is an expensive stock. So it is a very efficient company, and we can say that it will be able to uh, show very strong growth in profitability on an EBITDA per ton basis. But if you are seeing from the year-on-year growth point of view, no company is going to have this year. It will be very difficult, particularly for the first quarter and second quarter. It's looking like no company will be able to have year-on-year growth. So we can say that because of that year-on-year growth missing, and Shree Cement not at a lower level, it is clearly one of the most expensive cement stocks. At least from next 2 months, or even I will say 6 months to 1 year perspective, I can safely say that it will be not that great an idea to buy Shree Cement at current levels. So, what is, please tell about related sectors to construction. Most of the sectors are struggling today because of weak demand. Uh, uh, we can say most of the building material stocks are not having that good demand. Slowly it is picking up, primarily because the urban construction has not improved yet. So we have to wait till urban construction is improving, but maybe this is a good time to buy these stocks from a long-term point of view. Another question is, what is right price for Ultratech? Right price for Ultratech, very safe bet is, we can say 3,500, 3,600 rupees. So if you are able to buy at 3,500, 3,600, which cannot be ruled out during monsoon. If the market is able to stay at this level, maybe during monsoon you will be able to buy at 3,500, 3,600. So that will be a very good price from a medium to long term point of view. So looks like there are not much questions. So thank you for watching. For more details, write us to research@ifl.com or visit us www.ifl.com. Thank you.